Well, thank you very much for that introduction, and thank you very much, the panelists, Dr. Johnson, Dr. Gretchen, Mohammad Awada, Dr. Fahima, and also the Dr. Ruxana Rashid, who kind of organized this program today, and as well as Murshid Bhai, who was very much involved. So, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here today. This was probably one of the best programs I have seen on dealing, educating people, and learning from experiences, lived experiences, and talking about racism and educating people. Such a meaningful discussion. I was so happy that the number of things that you talked about, you wanted us to do. I can share this with you that we have already started a number of initiatives with respect to racism as well as foreign credential recognition. And I can share some of those with you. I can also share my own story with you. But I won't. Not today. So, everyone who's an immigrant has a story. And I think what we need to do is we need to learn to work with each other first. We need to be cognizant of how we say things, how we collaborate, how we work together. Because I know for sure, and you know for sure that we can make a difference. And we have been making a difference. And that is not to say that there are no more challenges for us. There are challenges. I can share with you that I used to talk about racism, foreign credentials with my MLAs 25 years ago. And I talked because I was a volunteer at Mennonite Center. There people came from around the world, doctors, engineers, pharmacists, accountants, and so on. They had difficulties, and because I worked in oil and gas for almost, at that time, probably about 25 years. So I could help, whatever I could help, I was helping. I also had experience to live in rural Alberta. At a very young age, I had experience to go to school here as well. And I worked in rural Alberta, and I got to know those people too. I have fond memories of rural Alberta, despite the fact that people talk about rednecks and all that, but I think we need to work with people. We need to educate people, and people everywhere in the world, people are the same. This issue of racism is universal. It's not only specific to our countries. The good thing is that we are doing something about it in here, and a lot of places, nothing is being done around the world. And I can share with you that since being part of the government since 2019, we have taken a number of initiatives. We have done a number of initiatives to deal with this issue, and I got to be working on this file. Some of the things that we have done. The first thing we did was we discussed, and we passed a law called Fair Registration Practices Act in the province of Alberta, Bill 11, 2019, and that bill, for the first time in the history of this province, streamlines the process of foreign credentials. And I did a lot of consultation on that bill. I went across the province to talk about people, doctors, engineers, and all that. So I'm so glad that I was part of that initiative, and it passed. So from there onward, we have a number of other things. We have mentorship awards. We started to work. The committee that you talked about earlier, Anti-Racism Advisory Council, that is part of Ministry of Immigration and Multiculturalism. We were able to take these recommendations that came out of that committee, and I can share this with you that I think there was a report being shown here by Dr. Gretchen that is that's anti-racism action plan that we implemented in the government of Alberta, 25 ministries across our government, and with 28 recommendations got all implemented. We had our first report that came out at the end of last year, and we will be waiting for a second report. Everything that came out of that committee was implemented and discharged in a way of implementing anti-racism action plan for the first time in the history of this province in 2022. So that is done. We have also recently, because credential recognition is a huge issue, and that is so important because we can have lots of things associated with credential recognitions. When someone said earlier here in the panel, by the way, panelists, I'm so happy with your discussion. That was so meaningful discussion that you had, and I'm so thankful to all of you. My salute to all of you, and learning that I had, and I have from me as well from your discussion. So in that credential recognition, anti-racism action plan, most recently, we legislated a bill or an act called Fair Registration regarding credential recognition. Again, because we have done a number of things, but we know that we need to do more. Because there's nothing, someone said nothing is perfect. I say that all the time. We will continue to strive for best and for perfection. We will never get there, but we will continue to make progress in that respect. So the duties, and this is pretty high fly panel with people like head of Association of Professional Engineers of Alberta and Geoscientists of Alberta, the president of Bow Valley College, someone from Montreal College, someone from International Doctors and associations, whatever it's called, I don't know. But there's a panel of 12 members, and it's going to give us, the purpose of this panel, the committee, not panel, but committee advisory council, is to look at our credential, the work that we have done in the past 4 or 5 years, identify the gaps, look around in Canada, learn from there, look around the world, and see what we can do in this in our province. We have come a long ways in terms of handling and educating people, and people have learned a lot as well. And I can give you my own lived experience. This province wasn't same in latter part of 70s, 80s, 90s, and even 2000 than it is now. This country wasn't like that. We have come a long ways, and we should be thankful to the work that has been done, and a lot of people who have cooperated and who have developed the laws and systems and all that. We should be thankful. If nothing will be done, there will be, it's so difficult to have perfections. We will continue to work on this, and I appreciate the guidance, suggestions, and the recommendations that come from people like you. So it's important for you to talk to me in a way. I want to make a difference. So it's up to you how you talk to me. Remember, do not bring someone down because you want to elevate yourself. We will all go down this way. So we need to work together, and we will make a difference. And I think everybody understands, there are glitches in the system, there are difficulties in the system, whether it's a law enforcement, government, and so on. We need to work together. And I think I am so glad that this anti-racism funding that we started in 2022, I was very much involved in developing that program, and I'm glad to see the results that are happening. From that and the learning that is taking place. There are other things. We have ethnocultural funding as well, where you have an opportunity to share your culture, your values with others, people from outside, and educate people. We have also started in this province, for the first time in the history of this province, recognize the contribution of our immigrants. Not too long ago, in fact, last weekend, we recognized for the third time 35 individuals in this province who have done wonders. They have added value in terms of whether they were entrepreneurs, educationists, scientists, students, seniors, women in businesses. There's 9 or 10 categories. So if you have any ideas to improve things, give me a call. Please, let's work together. But we cannot work just by, if we are unable to share our ideas, our thoughts with others to improve things. We can always blame others. We can always blame government. But we need to work with the government, make things understood. And hopefully we can then make a difference, all of us together. And I'm a big fan of collaboration, working together, respecting different views. My learning, I have worked in oil and gas for almost 38 years. My learning that has come in last 5 years is heavier than my 38 years with oil and gas. Because when you become public representative, people share stories with you. And then you begin to realize that how lucky you have been despite all the difficulties that you've gone through. There are others who are a lot worse than maybe even your situation, my situations. So we must not forget those either. And we continuously, as we work together, I'm sure we're heading to a better society. Let me share this with you, that despite the hiccups and difficulties here and there, this is the best province of this jurisdiction, and this is the best country in the world. Thank you very much, and all the best.